What is up, guys? Welcome yourselves back to a brand new video. Appreciate you guys coming back for the content. We're trying a few different shots for the videos. We'll see how they go, so you may see some different edits and that from now on. But big things first, you will notice from that little footage that we've took the wrap off the front wing. We've also took the wrap back off the bonnet. Now, I'm going to explain to you why. Now, somebody pointed out that there was an imperfection in the door, which there was two, which we did not see at the time. So what we did is we stripped the door back and we've now sorted that. It's now sat right there. So all of that is now sorted, absolutely perfectly smooth. And then once we took it out in the sun and we was like on a mission and we had an eye for spotting it, we realised that the front quarter panel had a few dings in it as well. Not big dings, it was really small, literally where we had just sanded it down a little bit and it had gone a little bit lower, like a millimetre lower, but with wrap you can see everything underneath it. So we stripped that, we fixed it, and now there's no bumps in it, which is absolutely perfect. The bonnet wrap was temporarily, we just wanted to see how it looked and also make sure the roll fitted perfectly and that we could wrap it very well on the bonnet, and it worked. So that's a success. So in today's video, we're going to work more on the 350 finally. You might think you've not put a video up on this for a while. Correct. However, we have been working on this off of camera. Also, we've been doing a bit on Instagram Live as well. Some of you may have been on them Instagram Lives. I'm going to go over what we've done and the little bit of progress we've made on this. Well, I say little, it's actually quite a bit really. Also, while we're here, thank you guys so much for watching the videos, liking them and commenting as well. What makes videos trends and such is you liking the videos, commenting them and sharing them, and we sincerely appreciating you guys supporting that channel. So thank you very much. Also, when we hit 10k subscribers, me and Jack are going to do a 10k subscribers special, which is going to be something completely unrelated to cars. Me and Jack's going to go to a haunted location at like stupid o'clock in the morning, and we are literally going to be scared out of our wits, which is going to be fantastic. It's going to be something where we're not going to be in our element, we're going to be completely out of it, and you guys will be coming along for that journey to watch me and Jack basically cry, more than likely. So without further ado, let's look at this. With regards to the progress on this car, you can see the little dings that we've filled in on these. Really tiny, really small, but it bothered us. Now when we took the wrap off, if you remember in previous videos as well, on the bonnet, there was overspray all over. When we took the wrap off, there was air pockets underneath, so you can see them now. They've been filled, so you can't actually feel them at all. These have also been filled. That was the issue we had at the beginning, where the paint was really badly sprayed. All in all, what is done on this car? Done, door redone. Roof just needs this sanding, that's been filled, that's sanding, that's perfectly fine, they're all perfectly fine, all sorted, all finished. Aerial was here, as you can see, it is no longer there anymore, all smoothed off, all primed, nice and smooth, just to protect it from rust as well. We filled that hole, got rid of the aerial. This rear quarter panel was a big issue. This was a huge issue. This has not been sanded yet, this has just been literally filled. So bear that in mind, we will show you us sanding some of this later on. Now this, we took some filler out of it, it had already been filled previously, but we noticed the rust issues. If you remember, we had a lot of rust on this corner. So we took out the body filler and it was really thick, like this thick, where they banged the metal back and then put the filler back in. We've took it back, we've sanded all the rust out of it, so there's zero rust on there now. So what's left to do with that is shape this up and then also use a thinner filler to make it all nice and smooth and fill in the air holes. We've also done this little bit here, again not been sanded. We've also fiberglassed under there where we had a big hole. That's now sorted. We need to take this spoiler off. We're after some fishing wires to take that off and a heat gun because it is on really tight. These are coming off as well, we may take them off today. Also, wiper delete. Wiper vanished, it's gone. completely gone. Now you might be like, why? Because the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift one doesn't have one. So we thought we'd smooth it all out to make it look like it was all natural and get rid of it in the process. Now you might think, what is left on this car to do bodywork wise? Now the bumpers, front and back bumper, we aren't going to do much with them. They are literally going to be just prepped and wrapped as they are, because we are getting a new front bumper and a new back bumper with the Vilside V3 kit. So we don't really want to spend too much time prepping them and making them nice when we're not really going to use them. Same with the bonnet, need a new bonnet as well. So it's one of the things where we don't want to waste time on it. We're going to wrap it to match the car as it is so far. And yeah, it's going to get done, but not to the high standard of the rest of the body, which is important. Now, what is left, you might ask, we'll show you. So you can see these dings on this side, where we've got some masking tape. This has been sanded down, needs sanding down more. You can see the rust when he focuses, there we go. So you can see all the rust there. You can also see right here, where we've sanded all this rear quarter down. That's all nice and ready for some thin body filler on that now. Finished. This has just got a little ding in it right here. Again, we can use some very, very small primer and body filler on that. So that's not going to be a big issue at all. That will probably take an hour to sort, wet sand the whole thing. So all in all, with this so far, with the bodywork wise, we have got the 2 rear quarter panels, the driver's side door, and a little bit of the roof left to do, which isn't that much when you think about it. We started off with the car, we bought the car, basically didn't know what condition it was in, but with the intention of making it all nice. Me and Jack's never done bodywork before, never ever have we done bodywork before, and I'll be the first to admit that. So you guys are coming on this journey with us. We've had some trials and errors with this, but it's now prevailed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead, start sanding some of this rear quarter, and then we'll probably take the spoiler off as well. Jack's at work, so he's not going to be in this video unfortunately, but there is a little strange spider right there. What is that? What is that? Oh. So first things first with this panel, we're going to use an 80 grit sandpaper. We're not going to use this wet, we're going to use it dry just to smooth some of these rougher edges out where we've gone too far. After that, we're going to then use a higher grit, maybe a 180, just to smooth it out a little bit more, get rid of any air pockets that's inside. Once we have then done that, we're then going to use a ultra fine filler to make sure we have no more issues. All at the same time of making sure this body stays the same shape that it should be. You can see here, after that, it sticks out a little bit at the bottom. However, these do stick out a little bit, so we are going to have to get the back bumper and make sure that this lines up. But with all this here, you can see we don't want to go too aggressive and too far. It just wants to make it all nice and smooth, which then makes it easier to use a lower grit. We're going to now use an 180 grit sandpaper on this and see how much more smoother we can get it, and get rid of some more of them air pockets that you can see in there. So you just saw me there wet sanding it with an 180 grit sandpaper. That's made it all a lot smoother and easier to work with rather than being rough and all bumpy. You do have to sand some of the existing paintwork as well that's already there to make sure everything all blends in, so don't be afraid of that. This is the same thing you would use if you was prepping the paint as well. This is the way that me and Jack's found out. We've not had no help with this, we've just gone straight for it. Obviously it makes it easier when there's two of us, so one can record and focus on the content while the other one's doing the bits and bobs. So bear with me in this video, guys. I am on my own with this one. Jack's just got some stuff he needs to sort out as well as being at work. Also, Jack was in charge in the last video, so if you haven't checked that out, make sure you can check that one out. It's quite funny. So with this, you can see a few little air holes. Don't worry about that, we've got a thinner glaze. The step now is to make sure we don't sand it too far. So what we've got to do is get the rear bumper from up there and just make sure we see what the fitment's like on this rear. Once it's a little bit lower, or we're happy with it, we can then use a thinner filler to fill all these parts in, and yeah, it's then ready for a bit of primer to make sure it don't rust. With that fitment, bear in mind it just needs pushing up a little bit more as well, so it's not 100%. But you can see, once it's pushed up, not that far off, it sticks out a little bit too much here, on this little bit, but also, at the same time, matches all here okay, it's a little bit less on the inside here. So, that means that we need to bulk it all out on that other area at the bottom, but where it curves around the car, we need to make that a little bit thinner because it's way too much. So let's crack on. For the mixture of this dolphin glaze, it's usually a golf ball size to 1 pea drop of hardener. Now, this is hard to get in a golf ball because it's a bit like liquid, looks a bit like a Capri Sun, but you have to judge it by eye. If you put too much hardener in, just make sure you're quick with it because it will dry a lot faster. So, let's mix this. So now what you want to do is just apply it over the areas and work pretty quick as well at the same time. Now we wait 20 minutes for this to set. Whilst that is setting, let's have a quick conversation. This car pretty much looks like it's wrecked at the minute. So, hence the thumbnail. You might be sat there thinking to yourself, why are you putting so much effort into this car? Well, when this car is finished, as you know, if you're new to the channel, welcome. But as you know, who's already subscribed, this is going to be a Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift replica build of DK's car. When this is finished, we want to be able to look back at this project and think, oh, that took forever, this took forever, we got there, we did it, you know? We don't want to go out there and buy one that's already bought, we want to actually make it ourselves, we want to learn things ourselves, hence the bodywork. There's probably so much more easier ways to do this bodywork, and we're not doing it. This is just the way that we've learned so far as we're going along. Now, we're no way near professionals, we do what we do, we love what we do, and I just want to say thank you to you all that are watching these videos and supporting them. I know I keep saying it, but we don't know what we've done to deserve all you guys to be watching, and we sincerely appreciate it. We're just sharing what we love to do, and what we love to do is cars, and to be able to share that with some other people is absolutely fantastic. So thank you guys very much. We just wanted to give you an insight in this video to how long this takes. Now, it's not just quickly thrown together, you know, each bit takes a long time. We are working on it behind the scenes at the same time, but we also want to keep you guys up to date because there's only so many videos you can watch on filling and sanding holes, which we don't want to bore you guys with. We've done this video because we've not done one for a while on the 350, I believe it's been 2 weeks actually, but we have been working on it as we said, so this is a little insight to let you know we haven't given up on it, we are still going and we will finish this project. That's all dry now. Let's use 180 grit and smooth it all down. With that now sanded, we've just got a little bit to get rid of on the inside of here. But fitment wise, you can pretty much see it's still there. It is hanging down a little bit, but if I push the bumper to where it should be, which it should be sat there, once it's all connected, it's all nice and fits in. This is just one of the little processes, like we said, that takes a while. That is now ready to have some primer, and the primer needs to be sanded and blended in with the paint again, so you won't see it under the wrap. Now, if this was just going to be painted, this car, this will be perfectly fine. What you would do is prime the car and build it up with your primers to make sure everything's all level. We can't do that because we are wrapping it. Probably the next step we're going to do is remove this spoiler and the 350 badge and the Nissan badge. This has been done. We're kind of working our way around the car, as I mentioned. Really after that, once the boot is done, the main thing is this quarter panel here and here, also around the petrol cap, which we will get to. eventually, but that door is not going to take very long at all. One little ding here, and I believe there's another little ding somewhere around here. That is going to be it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys a little insight as to how much effort goes into one little dent on this car. We are trying our hardest. We are taking our time with it to make sure we get everything as good as we possibly can. So once all that is done, we are then going to wrap the car in one full session, so you'll see that in one full video. Now, make sure you're liking this video, make sure you're commenting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.